Hello, and welcome to the return of I don't even think I can call it a series, because I only posted 4 videos, but it was meant to be a series. But, my life kind of went to shit. My mom died, and then my dog died, and then my other dog, not the dead one, sorry. My dog got bit by a bat. This is all in the span of 3 months, by the way. Ironically, all happening, like, exactly a month after each other, literally the 13th of August, September, and October. Anyways, this video is not about my trauma for once. If you are new here, basically, I'm a theater kid. I can't even call myself a theater kid anymore. I'm 24, but I have been doing theater since I was a kid. And I had a series called 365 Musicals. Basically, where I listen to a new musical that I have never listened to, and then I review it. And so I'm bringing the series back. Also, don't mind the box fan. I will not be turning it off. It is 85 degrees outside, and my AC is broken. As an introduction for basically all of you, but also a refresher for the 4 of you who were here for the series, these are the rules for what constitutes a musical that I've never seen, because I've been doing theater for like 18 years. So I've been around, I've seen a lot. But I've also done a lot of repeats. But anyways, besides the point, these are the rules. Number 1, I cannot have seen the show and like physically been in the room to watch the show or seen a bootleg. Thankfully, I don't watch bootlegs, so there's a lot of shows that I don't know that you'll actually be shocked by. 2 is that I cannot have listened to the soundtrack all the way through. I can know 1 or 2 songs, but if it's a show of like 17 songs, I can't know half or more. But less than is okay in my book. Number 3, I don't know the storyline. I can know the premise. I just don't want to know the entire thing, because that's the entire point of doing this whole listening to 365 musicals, but it's also a lot more now. I think I'm closer to 400 now. I'm just gonna go until I run out of shows, honestly. Number 4 is I cannot have been a part of the show. As I've said, I've been doing theater for 18 years. Majority of that has been actually physically being a part of the show. I think I'm having, like, I cannot have either been on stage or backstage, because that is what my, like, main thing is backstage, stage management, all that jazz. I can't have done the show. I feel like that's a pretty obvious one. So now that you know the rules, on to what we're all here for. Today's lucky winner is Lucky Stiff. See what I did there? Based on the novel The Man Who Broke the Bank at Monte Carlo by Michael Butterworth. Lucky Stiff is an offbeat, hilarious murder mystery farce complete with mistaken identities, $6 million in diamonds, and a corpse in a wheelchair. The story revolves around an unassuming English shoe salesman who is forced to take the embalmed body of his recently murdered uncle on a vacation to Monte Carlo. Should he succeed in passing his uncle off as alive, Harry Witherspoon stands to inherit $6 million. If not, the money goes to the Universal Dog Home of Brooklyn, or else his uncle's gun-toting ex. What? That last line caught me so far off guard. Y'all, I don't remember anything about that musical. And to be fair, right, like, I listened to just the soundtrack, and I'm gonna gather that this was not an operetta, so I can understand that I probably missed a big part of, like, the understanding the characters' interactions and, like, how they connect and everything, but Gun-Toting X is insane, I'll be honest. Before I rate this, here's my rating system. 5 is best I can give. There are quite a few 5s, actually, so I won't say that I don't give 5s. But 5, entire album on loop 24/7. 4, would definitely recommend the show to people. 3, it was chill, just not my cup of tea. 2, a huge fan, but not a huge fan, but appreciate the art. And 1 is never listening again. Glad it's over. I think I know what I ranked this. You know what? Props to me, because I ranked this higher than I thought. I gave it a 3. Because it has been so long and I don't remember it, I'm just going to read what I wrote and then we'll call it a day. I just want y'all to understand, right? The first musical on this list was Bear, and I had never heard of Bear. And it has now been almost a year and a half since I have listened to that musical, and I still remember the way that it touched me. And, like, I still understand and remember the musical, even though I haven't gone back and listened to the soundtrack in its entirety, like, in the correct order since then. So the fact that I cannot remember anything about this musical really, truly, genuinely says a lot. I was honestly going to DNF this during the first act because I hated it, but as soon as the second act began, I loved the music and found myself listening more intensely and engaging even more in the soundtrack and the story. Now that I'm, like, reading that, I do remember I listened to this in the shower because while my mom was still alive, that was the one place where I could, like, really give my full attention and not have a distraction. And I remember something about gambling and not being very, like, interested, and I was like, God, I can't wait for this to be over. How many songs are left? And then as soon as it was a couple songs into Act 2 hit, I really found it so fascinating. I do remember that the vocals were really nice. I even, like, did have a conversation with my mom because she was also a theater person. I had a conversation with her about how beautiful I thought that their voices were. But yeah, that is literally all I can remember about this musical. I really do enjoy Clue. I also really enjoy the play that goes wrong. So I feel like if I were to see this on stage, I would enjoy it. I think probably this is one of those shows that's just really hard to translate into just the songs because it is, you know, a murder mystery. I feel like you have to actually be able to see it on stage and engage and understand the dynamics that the actors have together. So yeah, I did give it a 3 though. Womp womp.